Look, I understand why the direct hit got nerfed. Hitboxes in TC2 are absolutely massive compared to TF2, as if everyone in the game is heavy weapons guy. Bigger hitboxes, or butter zones as the devs call it, means easier to hit projectiles, which means you get to delete light classes for a lot less effort. And while I do get that, I'd like to bring up a counterpoint. And that's not even including all the combos. My point being, getting insta-kill just comes packaged with playing a light class. If you see someone using a weapon like the direct hit or loose cannon, it should be a giant warning to all light classes that they're tired of your shit. It's a zone around them that light classes should be avoiding, unless they want to get insta-killed. It's kinda like a much more balanced and reasonable version of Respect the Marksman sightlong. And the direct hit's insta-kill zone isn't even that big. It's only 30 studs, which isn't even long enough to reach the other end of the harvest point. Seriously, all light classes have to do is stay out of this small area and they won't get deleted. It really is that simple. But I know what you're saying, dear flanker main. All of the examples I gave require a little something extra than usual to get that insta-kill, be it a little preparation or more skill. All the direct hit needed was a single shot on the flanker and that's it. And while I hear ya, I really do, you are aware of what exactly the Trooper is giving up for that extra damage, right? Trooper is the undisputed king of easy splash damage, of which you forfeit for the extra damage on the direct hit. That whole bigger hitboxes thing that makes the direct hit stronger also makes hitting large groups of enemies stronger too. Lugging around the direct hit for easy single target elimination is fun and all, but the second I round a corner and see a giant group of enemies on a capture point, the only thing going through my mind is, I really wish I were using any other rocket launcher right now. And of course, you can't have a discussion about Trooper's damage output without bringing up... If you can hear me over the sounds of mini crits, let me tell ya, this isn't like TF2 where the direct hit and buff banner reign supreme. Here in TC2, hitboxes are chunky and groups are common, which means stock is king. The sheer amount of damage you can pump into hordes of enemies is unparalleled, especially compared against the direct hit. You can single-handedly wipe out an entire team thanks to the immense splash damage you get, something the direct hit can only dream of doing. Is it over? Okay. Trooper is fundamentally designed as a damage-dealing powerhouse. When you go from stock to the direct hit, you're just funneling that damage into a much smaller area. I don't see why Trooper shouldn't deserve to be the light class insta-killer. No, the only reason the direct hit got nerfed is because flankers just cannot stop themselves from running directly towards the troopers using the good old scout begone, and then complain that they're not the problem, it's the direct hit that should be changed. I mean, it's not like this nerf has affected literally any other class. All the non-light classes still take the same amount of rockets before and after the nerf. Agents are usually dead whenever they're caught out, but even then, Agent had her own insta-kill protection with disguise and cloak resistances. Marksmen are free banner charge if you manage to get into insta-kill range in the first place. And of course, it doesn't matter how much damage you do to mechanics, but they're buildings instead, and you still do the same amount of damage to those. The only one left is Flanker, and yeah, the nerf does affect him. He's the only one of all 9 classes to truly benefit from being able to tank a rocket. I'm not saying the other light classes don't benefit from this nerf, they definitely do, but their odds of winning a fight hardly improve. Agents, marksmen, and mechanics are still going to have a very tough time against the direct hit. Flanker, however, can pump a shitload of damage into a trooper after tanking a rocket and get a second chance at dodging. This nerf was entirely because of complaining flankers who, despite knowing full well that the trooper is using a weapon that's meant for killing them instantly, will happily jump into the trooper's face without hesitation. I mean, come on man, you just got into a fight with me and died. You're completely aware that I can hit my shots, and yet what do you do 10 seconds later? You leave your safe zone and jump right into my face. What did you expect was going to happen? And yes, I'm calling it a nerf. While it is fun to pester and annoy marksmen from across the map, for every kill you get doing that, you lose out on several short-range kills you could have had. There's very little reason to use the direct hit over stock now, since if you're going to be needing the same amount of rockets to kill players anyway, might as well do it with the much more brainless option with splash damage. Air shots are fun and all, but they're too uncommon to go through the trouble, and there are much better rocket launchers for sentry nest destroying. It's a sad state the direct hit has been put in, and I can only imagine that if this nerf was implemented into TF2, it would see practically no use beyond sentry busting. How unfortunate. but this isn't Team Fortress 2, is it? No, this is typical colors, where hitboxes are chunky and groups are common. And here in TC2, there's a funny little shotgun secondary you won't find in TF2 called the Death Blow. You see, I never really used the Death Blow before this nerf, because unlike how pretty much every shotgun is meant to be a reliable secondary to fall back on, the Death Blow is meant to be used as a combo finisher. This is most prevalent by how Mechanic does not have the Death Blow as a primary, because he doesn't have any weapons to combo into it. But unfortunately, you will never do a combo with Brute, Arsonist has much better combo weapons, and Trooper's better off using a non-combo shotgun to use as a last resort when he runs out of rockets, or a banner for support. But this new version of the direct hit provides an incredible opportunity for the Death Blow to shine, and does it ever. Like I said earlier, there is no reason to use the current direct hit over stock in most situations because it'll always be better use the easier option of splash damage over going for direct hits since both will take 2 rockets anyway. But the Death Blow provides an incredible solution to this problem by giving you a second rocket option that's just as easy as mindless splash damage. You barely have to aim considering your target's health will probably be in the single digits, and yet because of the 20% higher accuracy, it's also really useful for taking care of enemies you've launched away from you with your rockets. And shockingly, thanks to the 50% faster switch speed, it's actually faster to whip this out than shoot a second rocket. And of course, the whole point of the Death Blow being a finisher, the reload clip on kill. This lets you keep fights going for much longer for obvious reasons, and get a lot more done than you otherwise would have, since you're able to save rockets for doing that fat initial blow of damage instead of wasting rockets finishing off enemies who are on life support and doing a lot more reloading. And as it turns out, this combo is more than just making up for the loss of light class insta-kills. Doctors, Annihilators, even Troopers, and now Brutes too. This combo works really well against every class, not just light ones. And the Death Blow on its own, even though each one of its negative stats is screaming not to be used as a proper shotgun, when push comes to shove, the Death Blow shoves. Despite being a combo finisher, this still holds a potential 270 damage in the reserves, and considering you're probably pulling this out after doing a bit of damage, that's all you'll need if you can hit your shots. Sure, it comes with a level of risk I wouldn't want to deal with in most situations, but the possible rewards are intoxicating. Get lucky enough and you'll find yourself going on a hot streak, kill after kill, never needing to reload. It's basically the Widowmaker, but for everyone but Mechanic. And with the Death Blow covering your bases in close range, you can fully make use of the long range potential with the 60% less falloff and become immensely strong at all ranges. Seriously, being able to 2-tap marksman from across the map feels incredible. Who's the long range class now, fucker? As much as I miss being able to insta-kill light classes, being able to do 84 damage minimum to anyone in my sight is something else. Surprisingly enough, I find myself wishing it was the case when I'm playing Direct Hit Soldier in TF2 quite often. The 84 damage minimum crosses so many thresholds that I never want to give it up, with the most notable being able to take out a Revved Brute across the map with only 4 shots. That's insane. And obviously, despite the damage reduction, I will continue to never get over the dopamine rush from air shots. This is an active war zone. What do these people think are going to happen? That they're not going to get turned into a bloody red firework? There's a no-fly zone in place for a reason. I seriously don't know how Dorcas made the direct hit better by making it worse, and I have to give them credit for just how well done this nerf went. Taking away insta-kills but heavily rewarding long-range accuracy was genius, although I'm not entirely sure they knew how powerful the direct hit Death Blow combo would become. Chaining the direct hit into the Death Blow is somehow so much more fun than just insta-killing someone. But I mean, eviscerating a random flanker that suddenly appeared in your face is a loss I will never get over.
Boom! I'm dead! Ah!
But I think it would be fair to at least make the absolute maximum ramp up be 125 instead of 123, just to punish those super overzealous flankers that get right up in your face, but what can you do? Considering everything, I do like that you're locked into using a damage dealing secondary with the direct hit if you want to get any proper use out of it. You can't become even stronger with banners, or even worse, easily bring your extreme amounts of damage anywhere on the map with the gunboats. At least not without lots of rocket jump damage. So while I will miss being able to one-shot flankers, the only real downside is that my flankers killed strange part makes less sense. Just another reason why you should be able to remove strange parts from stranges. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you do, despite dying over and over and over again, flankers will continue to run straight at you and then complain that the weapon, not them, is the problem.
You're trash, and you will always be trash.
Oh, and also fix the problem where the direct hit will just phase through players. Like, what the fuck?